My expectations have absolutely changed. Absolutely. My expectations have changed because a lot of what we're hearing from Cleveland has changed again.
He's got it all: the skills, the swagger, the brains. This guy moves like a leader who's been running the show for years. The NFL wasn't ready for this storm to hit.
Man, listen, Shedeur we talked about it, Earl. He's talented. Like, he has all the talent and the ability you want. He has the leadership qualities you need.
A rookie quarterback, barely 7 practices deep into his very first pro training camp, struts onto the field and starts tearing apart defensive schemes like it's child's play. He's reading coverages before the snap even happens. Mid-play, he's shredding blitz packages and burning defensive backs who were supposed to embarrass him, and making them look like the rookies instead. But here's the wild part. Shedeur Sanders wasn't even supposed to be in this position yet.
He's an actual proven talent. He's proven that every single team you put him on, he becomes better.
He's not the starter, not even officially the backup. Yet in just 1 week, he's muscled his way into the spotlight, making NFL vets and top analysts whisper, "Is this kid cracking the code?" When Shedeur Sanders signed his rookie deal with the Cleveland Browns, most people barely flinched. On paper, it looked routine, a standard rookie contract. 4 years, slotted salary, nothing flashy, no jaw-dropping signing bonus, just the kind of deal you give a middle-round quarterback. But behind the scenes, this wasn't about just dollars and cents. It was a chess move.
He still broke records that your Pro Bowler and Super Bowl contestants haven't even touched in the NFL level.
Shedeur was my 20th player. He's a first-round caliber player. Like, talent-wise, both those guys, I think, have a huge advantage over Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett has to be light years better.
The way the deal was structured told a different story, a bigger one. The Browns were clearly playing a long game. Buried deep in the fine print were performance triggers, hidden incentives that could send Shedeur's paycheck skyrocketing if he hit the field early and made an impact. That's not something you throw into a contract for a so-called developmental quarterback. It left people asking one big question. Did the Browns already know he might grab that starting spot faster than anyone expected? He just kept leveling up. Some insiders swore this was the Browns quietly admitting they knew his upside was insane, even if they weren't ready to go public with it. Others called it a slick insurance move.
The information that was out on Shedeur Sanders came from a lot of people that a lot of people trust and people think that are credible.
A just-in-case play if their quarterback room started falling apart. Either way, that contract wasn't just paperwork, it was a signal. And over the next few weeks, Shedeur made it look like the Browns front office had inside info the rest of the league completely missed. Day 7 of training camp wasn't supposed to be some defining moment, at least not for Shedeur Sanders. The game plan was simple. Toss him a few second-team reps, let him get comfy, slowly stack his workload. But football doesn't stick to scripts. It rewrites them in real time.
And it's that branding, bro, being a walking business brand. He's a 5th-round pick, and he generated damn near well over $300 million already in merchandise sale.
That morning, Cleveland's first-team defense, one of the nastiest, most aggressive units in the NFL, lined up across from him. Myles Garrett, Denzel Ward, Grant Delpit, all staring dead at a rookie who hadn't even touched a preseason snap. This wasn't just a test, it was straight-up trial by fire. Most rookie QBs crack right there, holding the ball too long, forcing ugly throws, or freezing when the pocket caves in. But Shedeur, nah. He went surgical. Quick reads, pinpoint timing, laser-accurate passes that had veterans raising their eyebrows. By the end of the session, he'd stacked drive after drive without the rookie mistakes coaches expect. They weren't just seeing a promising young quarterback anymore. They were staring at a competitor who didn't blink at NFL speed or big-time pressure. And suddenly, that quiet contract clause didn't feel so hypothetical anymore. Word started spreading fast, because in the NFL, players notice everything. And when a rookie starts messing with the rhythm of camp, oh, people talk, and they don't stop.
People are trying to assign from a personality standpoint to Shedeur Sanders, and I think that's incredibly unfair to the young man.
After day 7, the whole camp vibe flipped. Cameras caught Browns' defensive vets grinning like they'd just seen a ghost. Myles Garrett was overheard telling a teammate, he's not supposed to be reading that coverage yet. That wasn't hate, that was straight-up respect. Even the offense felt the energy shift. Receivers who were all about working with the starting quarterback suddenly stuck around after practice, just to snag a few extra throws from Shedeur. Nobody had to ask. They wanted that work. By the next session, things got real spicy. Shedeur wasn't just running second-team drills anymore. He was stepping in with the first-team offense, going head-to-head with Cleveland's starting defense.
So I'm looking at Shedeur Sanders, and I'm understanding that that man's cerebral mindset is not only on the field. It's off the field, the networking, the building of the brand, the understanding of, okay, the NFL could reject you at any given time. So leverage is always the key.
That's not some routine rotation. That's a test. Coaches wanted to see if his Day 7 performance was a lucky flash or the start of a takeover. Now in the NFL, rookies don't earn stripes off one flashy practice. They gotta prove it over and over. But with Shedeur, you could feel the shift. The locker room was warming up to him fast. Even wilder, the story wasn't just brewing on the field anymore. It was bubbling all the way up to the owner's box. Jimmy Haslam, the Browns boss who's known for being way too involved at times, apparently couldn't look away. Word is, after hearing about Shedeur's breakout day, Haslam stayed up late replaying practice footage, rewinding the same snaps just to study how calm and sharp the rookie looked under pressure. That's next-level attention. Then boom, Haslam casually dropped the line that sent shockwaves through the building. Chatting with a few reporters, he said, "When you see a young guy process that fast, you've got to at least think about the future sooner than later." That one line hit like a grenade. Was the owner hinting that a quarterback shakeup was coming? Or was it just casual talk that turned into chaos? Either way, the message was loud. Shedeur was officially on the radar of the man who signs the checks. Now the pressure was everywhere. In the locker room, whispers started flying. Was Shedeur's sudden rise a miracle for the team or a recipe for chaos? Some vets were hyped about his energy and confidence. Others were side-eyeing the whole situation, worried it might mess up the quarterback balance they'd already built. Meanwhile, the coaching staff was caught in the middle, smiling for the cameras saying nothing's changed, while secretly huddled in dark rooms reviewing every throw he made. And every time Shedeur dropped another tight spiral or perfect read, the film room got louder. Then came the media storm. Reporters were circling like vultures, analyzing every snap, every sideline glance, every word from the coaches. And on social media, clips of Shedeur dropping dimes were blowing up in real time. Fans were losing it, calling him the future, saying the Browns just found their next superstar by accident. In just over a week, Shedeur went from being that rookie with potential to the most talked about name in Cleveland. The hype wasn't cooling off. It was building like a snowstorm about to bury the city. Every rookie eventually hits that moment when hype meets pressure head on. And for Shedeur Sanders, that moment came fast, like a linebacker charging blindside. The Browns had a full contact scrimmage lined up. Not a friendly tune-up, but an all-out war against their first-team defense stacked with Pro Bowl killers. Myles Garrett, the man who lives in QB's nightmares, was locked in and ready to hunt. This wasn't light drills or walkthroughs anymore. This was survival mode. And for Shedeur, this was the test, the one that could flip his whole NFL story overnight. This scrimmage wasn't just another day at camp. This was his proving ground. Coaches were watching every snap like it was Game 7 of the Super Bowl. The owner was sitting in the stands, eyes glued, waiting to see if the hype was real. And the vets, they were watching too, ready to see if the rookie swagger still hit when the pressure got brutal. If he delivered, the quarterback depth chart could explode. If he cracked, the talk could flip to "he's not ready" before the pads even came off. Everybody around camp knew this was unofficial decision day. One performance could shift everything, and Shedeur knew it too. Then came the whistle, and from the very first play, the kid made his statement loud and clear. He wasn't there to play safe, he came to take over. On the opening snap, Myles Garrett blew through the line like a missile, ready to end the drive before it started. But Shedeur didn't flinch. He rolled left, stayed calm, and fired a laser 20 yards downfield into traffic for a first down. The whole sideline lit up. That's when the energy changed. Play after play, Shedeur started carving up one of the most dangerous defenses in football. Crisp reads, pinpoint throws, perfect timing. He dropped a deep ball so clean, the safety just stood there frozen, watching it land like he'd seen a ghost. The blitzes kept coming, but Shedeur's poise never broke. He was reading pressure like a vet and delivering darts like he'd been in the league for years. By the end of the scrimmage, Shedeur didn't just lead multiple scoring drives. He earned something far more valuable than stats: respect. The same vets who were skeptical last week were now dapping him up, patting his helmet, nodding like, "Yeah, this dude's for real." Coaches were whispering to each other, trading those looks that say everything. "We might have just found our guy." Even the critics went quiet. The same analysts who said he wasn't ready suddenly had nothing to tweet. The rookie who wasn't even supposed to be in the quarterback race had just kicked the door wide open and made it a real battle. Now the Browns front office is facing a nightmare, or maybe a miracle. On paper, Deshaun Watson is the golden investment, the franchise guy, the massive guaranteed deal, the one you can't bench without making headlines. But the truth on the field? Shedeur Sanders is outplaying him, plain and simple. If they move too fast, they could blow up team chemistry, embarrass their highest paid player, and shake the entire locker room. But if they wait too long, they risk killing the insane momentum Shedeur's building right now. The fan base is split right down the middle. One side's chanting for the rookie to start immediately, saying it's time to take a chance on raw talent instead of living off a contract. The other side's terrified that benching Watson this early would turn Cleveland into a circus. Either way, there's no easy out. If Shedeur starts and wins, the future arrives early. If they sit him down again, every loss will make the crowd louder, angrier, and harder to ignore. Cleveland's about to find out what happens when a rookie refuses to wait his turn. Because in the NFL, time doesn't politely run out. It blitzes you. Every throw Shedeur completes, every drive he finishes, cranks the whispers into full-blown shouts. The vets can feel it, the coaches can't escape it, and the fans, they're living it. And in a city desperate for a football savior, this kind of momentum doesn't fade quietly. It explodes. The next snap Shedeur takes could ignite a new era, or blow the Browns' carefully built plan to pieces. Either way, the countdown has started. And every day he's not starting, that storm keeps roaring louder and louder.